Hello interwebs, welcome to Let's Fix Computers. We've got a Samsung RC510 here, which is an older Samsung, but it's got an i5 processor in it, so it's not bad. We're giving this thing a bit of a refurb today. The keyboard is got some bad keys on it. The palm rest is all a bit sketchy, and it's just all a bit sorry for itself. But you know, it's still worth fixing up. We've also got a busted charger jack there. You can see we're missing the internal part of the charger jack. So we're going to strip this thing down. I've got a new top case for it, so this entire top case keyboard, the whole shooting match, which I imported from China, and it took forever to arrive. We've got a new DC in jack. So let's get started. The first thing we've got to do is strip this thing down and get that top case off. So off we go. Okay, right, we've got arrows pointing at the feet on this one, which means there's going to be screws hidden under there. So we're going to pry those feet out. Okay, that's all our screws out, so we can now try and split this case. Is it there? Usually Samsung's bottom case comes off first, so I'm expecting the motherboard to hold on to the top case. This is quite an old one though, so it's not quite as simple as the modern ones tend to be. Okay, right, we're in. So, now we've got to strip everything else out of here. So, we're going to take out... Well, there's not a lot left to strip out, actually. Motherboard, we've got this little USB board over here. And then, yeah, just pull the wires back, take the display assembly off, and that leaves us with just the top case. So this one's going to be pretty straightforward. The only tricky part about this repair is going to be that we've got to replace that DC jack still. So... let's get started with taking out the motherboard. One motherboard. Got quite a fair bit of grot along some of the panels, some of the ports, sorry. We'll get those cleaned up while we're working on the board. Right, now we've got to take off all these extra bits as well. The mouse buttons need to come out, so does this little thing as well for the DVD drive connector. That's the downside of doing a top case replacement like this. You've got to remember to take out all the little fittings. Everything's got to come out. Although in a minute I need to open up my boxed top case and check if it includes the trackpad, which it should do. Probably going to want the speakers as well. Those just pull off. Not sure. I think we're going to unbox our other top case so we can actually see what other bits we need to remove from this. Oh, look how shiny it is. It's brand new. It's got the trackpad and it's got the speakers, everything's there. So there's our super shiny new one. And as you can see, we've got speakers already attached, so we don't need to remove those. And we've also got the trackpad is also fitted already. It's a different model trackpad, however, actually looks like a slightly nicer one, but it's got the same connector, which is what's important. And everything else on it is mint. So we've just got to undo the hinges now. I'm just going to use a screwdriver that I've put into the hinge hole there to get some leverage to open up that hinge. I think we want it to about 45 degrees, and now I should just be able to remove the top case from the display assembly. Oh, hang on a sec, we've got to feed that out as well. Nope, it's got to be open to about 90 degrees maybe. Further. There we go. Now I'm just going to use a paintbrush just to take off the dust from this bit. Just degrot that a bit. We'll clean this screen when we put the rest of the laptop back together. Now, as I close this again, I'm just making sure that everything is seated in there and not trapped, like the display cable currently is. There we go. Now I'm going to hold the hinge against the new top case with my fingers as I close it all. Oh, that's too stiff. Nope. Okay, hang on a sec. We're going to go for the hang method. So I'm going to hang that off the edge of the desk so I can actually put some screws in, and then we'll close it. Okay, right, now I'm going to try that again, and again I'm still going to press against the bottom of the hinges here. I'm still putting pressure here and here, because if I just bend from the top here, if I just bend from the front of the laptop, I'll just snap a whole lot off, because there's no structural integrity without the bottom case attached. So I'm pressing into those hinges. There we go. Now we've got the whole thing flat again. Okay, right. Now I'm going to put, I'll put our extra little fittings in just so they're off the desk. And then we've got to start taking a look at this this motherboard. I'm just using a bit of alcohol on a toothbrush just to clean up these USB ports before they go back in as well. There we go, there's a bit more presentable now. I think these antenna cables were supposed to go under there. I think those do that. Yeah, that's coming back out. Okay, that is basically prepped. Let's just reroute that cable as well, just so that's ready. There we go. Okay, right, it's time to work on our motherboard. So, because we've got to work on the DC jack over here, we're going to take the heatsink off. So let's ditch that guy. Right, okay, so we're going to hot air this guy off the board, which I have done successfully in the past. Requires a fair bit of heat, but it can be done. So I need to clamp this thing up first because of the amount of force involved, I need to make sure that the board is not going to move. So I'm going to get that all set up. Okay, right, we are all clamped up. I've got everything as close as I can to the DC jack, just so all of the strain goes straight into the clamp and not across the board. And we're going to start heating that guy up. And I'm just going to use the tweezers just to probe around, just so I can see. Okay, there we go, that's gone already. This might be easier than I thought. This guy's actually getting ready to come off. Yeah, okay, let's switch back to those. Center pins, there we go. Done. Cool. Well, that was very painless. Alright, so let's come out of the clamp now. We've got to tidy up those holes to prep for the new one going in. There we go, and after a lot of faffing with the wick, I've managed to clear all the holes. And so now I should be able to get my nice shiny new DC jack. That should just plug straight in now. There we go. Perfectly flat. And now I can just soldering iron that into place. Right, and last item of business, we're just going to check for short circuits, just in case, because I've been caught out by this before. So we're going to go on ground, and we should find ground, 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 then ground, ground, not ground. There we go, so our live pin is not grounded at all, which is exactly what it should be. So there's no solder that's strayed where it shouldn't do. Okay, right. I've just given those ports a bit of a clean up and also the heatsink. So let's get some fresh thermal paste on there, stick the cooling system back on, and then we can put the whole shooting match back into the laptop. Thermal paste. Alright, that is all set and it's looking amazing. Let's stick our back cover back on. Right, so I'm just checking that there's no trapped wires anywhere. Just seeing how it all moves and what's leaning into what. Yep, that's fine. Let's connect. Something doesn't want to commit. We are having commitment problems. Is something trapped? Yeah, there's a little bit of broken plastic in there. That bit of plastic had snapped off from the old top case. There we go. Nice. Time for screws. Well, actually, we'll just sanity check first. Yeah, that's gonna be great. No problem. There we go. Right, we are all assembled. So now we'll just take the cloth and a window cleaner onto the display assembly, and then we can peel this off, and we are all finished, and it's going to look amazing. There we go, how's that? Lovely new palm rest, lovely new keyboard, nice cleaned up screen, well, a couple of marks, we'll get those off camera, and a lovely new charger jack that is not missing the center pin anymore. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. I'll see you all next time. Goodbye for now.